Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Esther Perez and I'm so excited to talk about Amex travel today. If you are an Amex card holder, you get to go into the lounge, and that's what I specifically wanted to talk about today is the lounges, what they're like. I have been into a couple lounges now and I just have so much to tell you all about it and whether it's worth it or not. So for starters, to get into the Amex Centurion Lounge, you will need to be an Amex Platinum card holder. And so that card, let me see if I can get it out of my wallet right now. So this is what the card looks like. Let me just hide all my credentials. It's the platinum colored one, kind of heavy, and it definitely is one of a kind. I feel like having this card makes you feel so elite. It's pretty heavy, like super heavy. So yeah, if you have this card, you can get into the lounge, and with the lounge, there are a couple things you want to know before just going to the airport and trying to get into the lounge. So for starters, not every airport has a Centurion Lounge. And so with that being said, I always try to Google beforehand if that airport does have a lounge and where the lounge is. Typically online you can find out where it's at. I know for Denver, once our flight landed, I just quickly opened up Google and was like, where's the Centurion Lounge at in Denver? And it was like C47 or whatever it was. Once you Google where the lounge is at and ensure that you have a lounge at that airport, then you can start to decide if you're going to be taking any guests, how long you're going to be in there. On the Amex website, it does have like a time restriction that you're allowed to spend in the actual lounge itself. However, I've never been stopped for this restriction at all. In those lounges, you get so much stuff, but let me backtrack. So let's say you're on your layover and you have a guest with you. Since you get in for free with your Amex Platinum card, you can go in just fine. However, your guest, you'll have to have them enter in with you, and you'll want to let your guests know it's $50, and it's $50 for any guest that is over the age of 18, I believe. It might be 17. And you can have an unlimited amount of guests, which I think is really great. On my long layover, I had my mom and dad with me and my fiance with me, and so I was able to get them all into this lounge, and it was a lot of fun, and I'm really happy we were able to sit in there all together instead of some of us being in the other parts of the airport and kind of scattered. This way we were able to have a little more family time. Once you go to the lounge, usually you have to go up escalators or down, and there you will want to show them your ID, your boarding pass, and your platinum card. Those are the three things you'll need to get into this lounge. I have never gone to the lounge without one of these things. I'm going to assume that if you do show up without one of them, you probably can't get in. I've always had really great service at the front desk of the lounges. If you have any questions, let them know. I will say my first time ever going to a lounge, I let them know it was my first time there. And they got someone that showed me around the whole lounge. I felt like such a newbie. Everyone was staring at me, but at the same time I felt really welcomed, and they really wanted me to understand what was going on with the lounge. The lounges have bathrooms, showers, comfortable couches, TV. I've seen game boards like shuffleboard. I think I saw Connect 4 in one of them as well. They all have full service bars. Did I mention all you can eat already? Obviously that's my favorite perk about the lounge. All you can eat, because you're going to spend so much money in the airport anyways. You might as well just go for the all you can eat. I will say the bathrooms are always so well kept. I've never used a shower there, but it is an option if you want to go use one. The bar, all you can drink. All you can drink. I was there at 7 a.m. and I wasn't judging, but there was a girl there who was drinking straight champagne at 7:30 a.m. and then she got another glass of it. So you can go in there and just drink hardcore if you really wanted to, but just be mindful because you want to make sure you don't miss your flight. The food is pretty okay. I would say the food's pretty good. I like the food that's always served there. They have good desserts. They're always cookies and brownies. They had chicken and rice. I remember the first time I went to one. The other time there was like beef options. They have salad mixes if you want to eat a salad. They had pasta too. They just have a lot of different items. The breakfast is super good. They had eggs, bacon, yogurt, like typical breakfast items. And I'm not sure if they changed their menu to a lunch menu, but when I've been there and hung out for like the 5 hours the whole day, it was the same like dinner menu that was served for lunch. So the menu really didn't rotate. I've only seen the menu change from breakfast to dinner. Aside from alcohol and this full service bar I keep raving about, they have like, you know, water, they have fruit flavored water, they have orange juice, they have sodas, they have teas. My mom was really going crazy over the tea that they had. The lounges are huge. And I will say they usually do get filled up. From what I've seen, every lounge I've been to is super filled with people. I think when you're going into those lounges, you think because it's so like, I don't know, elite. I sound so classist when I say that. But since you're, you know, paying extra to have the platinum card, you think maybe the lounges aren't so filled. But every time I've been in one, they're very filled. But I never have a problem finding a seat. So take that for what you will. Typically, people are leaving their bags anywhere, which I find so like just really crazy and funny. I think that's how you know you're in like a fancy area, when someone's really like okay with leaving their bags anywhere. How I grew up was like, you just don't do that. You take your bags with you, you make sure you have a locker lock. And there at AMEX, people really, at the AMEX Lounge, people really just leave their bags at like a chair to reserve it, and then they go get their food, and then they come back, and then everything is still there. So I'd actually be interested to see how often people report like stolen items inside of an airport lounge, because I think people, once you're in there, they just like feel like they're at home. So the etiquette in there is pretty good. I've always been treated really nicely by anyone that's working in the AMEX Lounge. All the people that are waiting for their flights there are super friendly. I don't see anyone listening to like music or TV out loud. My mom did do that, and I was so embarrassed. No one said anything, but yeah, just pretty good etiquette in there. On your way out, you don't have to like sign out or even say goodbye. You just leave and take the escalators down or up and go right to your gate. It's such a user-friendly experience to go into the lounge and leave the lounge. I want to know, why was I not doing this before? Why did I just become a lounge person for airports? Because I used to travel a lot more, and I would have really appreciated to be able to sit in a lounge back in the day. So overall, I will say I think the lounge is worth it. Yes, I pay like $600 some to have an AMEX card every year. But with all of the other perks and then the lounge access, I do think it's worth it to have this platinum card and then to also go into the lounges and then into the lounges with guests. You're going to spend so much on food and drinks if you have a long layover anyways with your guests. I think having the unlimited food options and unlimited drink option is really, really great, and just helps you spend a much better time while in the airport waiting for that next flight with your guests, which already is a high stress time. Airports are just so, yeah. There's just so much anxiety in there. So why not spend it at a lounge? I'm telling you, it's worth it. If you've been on the fence about whether or not to get that AMEX card, I strongly suggest you look at your finances, and then if everything is lining up, go for it, because it is so worth it. Well, thanks for watching. I'm hoping to make a couple more videos that have to do with travel. Let me know if you want to see more of this content, or if you like more of like the at-home lifestyle content. I'm really interested to see what the subscribers like, because I'm getting quite a few new ones. So yeah, just let me know.